Well, yo, we are in a series right now called Viral Jesus, and that's where we're getting these videos from. Some of these videos that you were seeing, those were some of the most viral videos that have gone on. Now, a lot of things go viral nowadays, so it's hard to just say, oh, I remember that one, because there's so many things that go viral. Millions of people are on social media applications, and so things are always being, content is always being created, things are always being shared and reposted and all that world. But this whole series, we're talking about how to make Jesus go viral in our lives and in our influence. Everybody say, Jesus goes viral. Our goal is to see Jesus go viral. Now, there's something that I've noticed with a lot of people whenever they go viral, and I won't say everybody, but a lot of people who go viral, they're pretty confident people, right? Like, wouldn't you say so? Like they might not be an extrovert where they're talking to everybody 24/7, but at least when they're taking the video or when they're doing something, whether it's in sports, if it's in fashion, if it's a DIY kind of a thing, they're pretty confident about what they're doing, right? They're not arrogant, but they're confident. They know exactly what they're doing. And, my wife, Liz, she's been practicing her cooking. Yes, this is to be celebrated. She's already shaking her head no at me. How many of you guys like cooking? You like cooking? Okay. How many of y'all like, I don't want to cook, but I'm willing to eat anything y'all cook? Exactly. No, I feel that. So my wife Liz, she's been cooking a little bit more, and in her cooking a little bit more, there's like 4 to 5 dishes that she knocks it out of the park. But Liz is someone that if she's not confident in how to make it, she ain't even gonna try. Like she has to have a recipe. She has to think about it ahead of time. She has to have the exact brand of the product that is being represented on the video to know that it has to be that amount and it has to be that exact amount. And she'll do it the first time the exact way the video says to do it or the recipe. And then the second time, she'll kind of tweak it a little bit. And then the third time, she goes back to the way that the video did it. I'm joking, Liz. There's different things, and she does not mind cooking. She makes some Puerto Rican food for me. She likes yes. She likes making grits. That's like her favorite thing. Now it's like prepackaged grits. Hey, but she be making it though. She be making it. She makes these really good baby potato, like seasoned baby potatoes. Like she does good for herself. She can do breakfast food. She does real good, but she does it because she's confident in it. My wife is not the person to do something if she's not confident. I'm more risky. I'm willing to do something I don't know how well I'm gonna do, but let's try. That's more my personality, but she's kind of more, she has to be confident in exactly what to do, know how to do it. If something happens, do I know how to get around it? How can I work around those things? Now, self-confidence helps us to do things boldly with little to zero question. Right? Confidence. The reason why Liz is able to cook certain things is because she does it boldly with little to zero question as to if she's going to mess up or not, because she's confident about it. Right? Like, hopefully, you are confident in how to spell your name. No? You forget to write your name on your test, too? Yeah, me too. I took a test a couple weeks ago. Actually, Ramon and I were talking. We take a class on Tuesday nights, and it was a Bible verse test. He wrote his entire Bible verse, got a great grade on it, but they didn't know who to give the grade to because he didn't write his name on the test. Isn't that the worst? But there's several things that we are confident on. Like, I'm very confident in how to eat food. I know exactly how to do that. I'm very confident in how to be lazy and watch TV. I can watch TV with the best of them. I know how to do that. Now, you start putting in some different things. I'm a pretty confident guy when it comes to working out. That's one of my hobbies. I enjoy doing that. Some of y'all are very confident when it comes to video games. Not me. But when it comes to video games, some of y'all are very confident in that realm. And we do things with confidence because it's a boldness on the inside of us. And so we're willing to attack something harder or with more focus because we know there is little to zero chance of us messing at least that thing up. Mark 16:15, the verse that we're kind of wrapping this series around, says this, and then he told them, you are to go into all the world and preach the good news to everyone, everywhere. Last week we talked about how if we're gonna make Jesus go viral, we're gonna have to have a heart of generosity. Right? We're going to have to be willing to be generous with whether it be our time, our story, with some of the things that God has done in our life. We're going to have to be generous in expressing that towards other people. God blesses us so that we can be a blessing to other people, right? Tonight, I want to talk to you about confidence and how in order to help Jesus go viral, we're going to have some confidence. Now, this is the thing. I know confidence can be kind of hard to come by sometimes for certain people. I get that. In different seasons of life, I feel a lot more confident than others. When I was a senior in high school, I was a lot more confident walking around the school than when I was a freshman. It's different. It's different. Now that I'm married, when Liz and I go out on a date, I'm a lot more confident when we go out on a date than when we went on our first date. Well, my hands were sweating. And I didn't know how to speak English. Like, I was all tongue twisted. No, that was her. I'm just kidding.
That was you. Oh.
Hey, shh, I have the mic.
Don't lie.
There's things that we have more confidence about, but that we can also struggle sometimes with our confidence. Let me ask you this. Have you ever failed at something? Yep. Me too. And have you ever failed publicly? That's the worst. That's where it's like you going to walk up on a stage, get your diploma, and you fall face first. Come on. Or you go to take that picture at homecoming or prom, and you still got food in your teeth from dinner. Don't do it. We've all failed at something at some point or another, and our failures, every time we fail, it starts chipping away at our confidence. It makes me think, man, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was, or maybe I can't do all the things that I thought I would be able to do. And even it makes a failure will also make us question the things that we know for a fact we can conquer and we can kill. The things that we're usually very confident about, let a little bit of failure hit our life, and then we start second guessing everything. Yeah. Right? I don't know if you've been there, but I have. So how can we have confidence in something that messes up all the time? And I'm meaning you and I. Because unless you're Jesus, we're going to fail consistently. And so that's why something that we say here all the time is God does not ask us to be perfect, but he does ask us to pursue him. Right? It's not a matter of hitting 100 every single time, but it is a matter of, did you do your best? And that's what matters. But we need to trust ourselves sometimes. And so how can we trust ourselves if we know that we're always going to be messing up? You know, Liz and I talked about this a little bit when we were in our relationship series, Love Songs. The reason why Liz can trust me in our marriage has little to do with me as a human and everything to do with my relationship with God. Yep. Me as a man, I lie. Anybody else? Have you ever lied? Okay, y'all looking at me like I'm the only one. Try that. Me as a man, I'm going to forget things often. That was too loud of an amen, Jackson. Sheesh. Said, yeah, you are. Easy. Me as a man, there's going to be things where she's going to want me to do something and she's going to want me to read her mind, and I can't do that. I don't have that superpower. And so there's things that come that in my humanity, I mess up. There's things that people expect of you that you're like, man, I can't be perfect all the time. Mom, I cannot keep my room clean 24/7. I can't do it. You want me to have good grades all the time and have a job and play sports and you need good grades. Good grades are the only thing that's going to get you to that next level. However, there's things and there's times in our life where so many people put so much pressures on us, we fail so many times, and so it's like, man, why can I even trust me? And so I want to talk real quick about this thing called Godfidence. Okay, so you have confidence, which is I act boldly, I believe what I can do on my own. And then you have this thing that's called Godfidence, right? And that is the confidence that I have in God. Okay, confidence, Godfidence. Everybody say Godfidence. To truly be able to trust, to truly be able to have self-confidence, to truly be able to have confidence in other people, we have to have confidence that comes from God, not that's based on our own self. Because again, we've already established that we fail in life. There's this story in the Bible that I love. It's in Numbers chapter 13, and it's these 12 spies. Moses sends out 12 spies to go check out this land called Canaan. And basically, he's like, all right, this is the promised land that I believe God told us that we're supposed to go into. And so I want y'all to go check it out because there's people that are living there right now, but we're going to go try to take it from them. But we need to check it out. Let's scout. Let's do a little scouting report. Let's see what can happen. And so Moses sent 12 guys out there. And, Moses asked for a report back as soon as the guys came back. They were out there spying on them for 40 days. Y'all thought y'all was the FBI on Instagram for 10 minutes. These cats out there for 40 days gathering information on people. And in Numbers chapter 13, verse 27, it says, this was their report. We arrived in the land you sent us to see, and it is indeed a magnificent country, a land flowing with milk and honey. Here is some fruit we have brought as proof. And the Bible talks about how they were literally carrying grapes on their shoulders. That's a big old grape. Y'all ever seen a grape? Like, they're usually that big, right? Imagine having to carry that thing on your shoulder. He's like, yo, this place is full. We need this place. Like, this is exactly everything that you said for it to be. But then, there were some guys in there that they threw in that but word. Don't you hate when someone gives you good news and then they say but? It's like, man, I already know this is going to go sideways. It's like, hey, yo, I'm going to give you an A in the class for the rest of the year. But, you're like, man, don't even bring it up then if you're going to have a but in there. So in verse 28, they say, but the people living there are powerful, and their cities are fortified and very large. I mean, their defense is on point. They got it. We can't infiltrate that. And what's more, we saw Anakim giants there. They literally said there are giants that are living there. It's like me looking up to that 6'6" guy. There's giants that are living there. He's like, there ain't no way. It's a great place, but there ain't no way we can go and get it. How many of you have ever let your fear be bigger than your faith? I've been there. I would dare to say every person at some point or another has been there. And if you haven't been there yet, it's because you haven't lived long enough. At some point, we're going to face a situation that, hey, listen, I trust God and all, but I don't know if even God has seen these giants. Like, I don't know. He must not know everything that I must be going through. And I can just picture these guys in their heads. They're saying like, yo, this sounds so great, but this is so much work just to get to the place. Like, God, didn't you promise us this? And I got to go through all this work just to get what you said that I could have? I would have a hard time with that too. I would have a hard time putting faith in a God that will put such big obstacles and problems in front of me. But there were these two cats. So 10 people, remember, Moses sent out 12 guys to go scout this area out. 10 guys came back with that report. 2 other guys named Caleb and Joshua, they came back and they was like, hey, yo, that land, beautiful. I need that. I already saw my crib. It's down Florida Avenue on the right off MLK, right there by Wingspot. Like, that's exactly where I'm gonna build my spot. That's exactly what they said in the Caleb Thomas version of the Bible. That's the vocabulary that they use. They was like, yo, let's go get that land of Canaan. We can win this fight. I don't know about you, but there are 2 sides of me. There's the side of me that doubts, And then there's the side of me that believes. There's a side of me that doubts if someone will be a good friend to me. And then there's a side of me that believes that I deserve a good friend. There was a side of me that doubted if I would ever get married. And then there was a side of me that believed that I would get married. There's a side of me that doubted if I would be able to get a job. And then there's sides of me that believed it. There's things that we go through that we have doubts and we have beliefs. We have doubts and we have beliefs. So which one do we go with? Based on this story alone, if we tend to go towards the majority, then we will live in the doubt. Let me ask you, in your friend group and the people that you do life with and those people that you hang out with and that you're talking to all the time, do they doubt a lot of the things that you say, or do they believe in a lot of the things that you say? We've said this before, voices determine choices in our life. And so if you're in my circle, I want you to speak real to me. Don't get it twisted, but I want you to be able to dream with me and push forward with me, not just try to hold me back and tell me all this fear that you might have. Yeah. It's funny, I was talking with someone the other day, talking about how I want to learn how to do a backflip so bad. Like to do it, all right. I want to learn how to do a backflip so bad. But you know the thing that's prohibiting me, that's stopping me from learning how to do it? I have seen so many other people fail at doing a backflip that I'm allowing their failures now to affect me. Wow. Whose failure are you allowing to affect you? Wow. What story have you heard of? This person was about to share to someone about Jesus. Again, like we talked about last week, not in a weird way, but in a real way. So they were about to tell someone about Jesus. They were trying to help Jesus go viral, and then they got looked at and labeled a certain kind of way, like, oh, they one of them Jesus freaks. Or whatever the case might be. What are you allowing other people's failures, what failure are you allowing to come onto yourself? That's not what God has called us to do. And these two cats, Caleb and Joshua, they were like, yo, I need that. Let's go, let's go. And it is because the group of Israel, the people that were walking, it's because they decided to go with the majority that they ended up in the wilderness for 40 years. Because they listened to the majority. How many of you are willing to waste away 40 years of your life? How many of you guys want to waste away 40 weeks? Okay. What about 40 days? Okay, good. Making sure we're on the same page. Something that I've had to now ask myself as we're in this series of Viral Jesus is, am I willing to wait 40 days or 40 weeks or 40 whatever the case is to tell one of my friends who doesn't know Jesus about Jesus? There's no telling at what point in time when we bring a subject up or when we bring up Jesus, what can happen to that person or what situation they might be going through, that's all that they needed to hear was Jesus. I know people that they've been going to counseling, they hear about Jesus and they stopped going to counseling because they found out that Jesus was the actual thing that they needed, not the counseling. I know people that were running from relationship to relationship to relationship to fill a certain void just to find out about Jesus, and now they're not running from all these relationships because they're not finding their value in that. They're finding their value in Jesus. Are we confident enough in who God is, who he said he was, and who he said he will be in order to share him to other people? You know, when Caleb and Joshua, when they said, yo, let's go get that land of Canaan. Let's go win that fight. We can win this. The majority had no confidence. These two had complete confidence because the other two were worried about their own abilities in order to win a fight, while the other two realized, like what we sang in the song earlier, I can bring God into the mix, and this is how I fight my battles. And so when God gets in the mix, he's never lost a fight. I'm going to win every single time. It's almost as if that they knew the verses Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ which strengthen me. Joshua 1:9, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened. Don't be dismayed. The Lord your God is with you wherever you go. So again, I want to ask you, what does your confidence level look like right now? As we're in the day-to-day life, are we relying on our own abilities? Or do we come here on a Wednesday night, we sing a couple songs because it's music, we listen to someone talk about Jesus because that's what we have to do in order to go back downstairs and play games? Or do we actually allow God to kind of like come into our life and maybe help us better our life? And especially for those of us who may have grown up in church, we can become really, really callous. Some of us who go to a Christian school, we can get really, really callous. We can become insensitive to God, and we keep saying we know all the right things to say without doing anything. You ever, your mom or dad ever talk to you about something, or your teacher ever ask you about something, and you had no idea what they was talking about? And you said, hey, but I'm going to fake it till I make it. And you just came up with this elaborate answer, and you got off the hook of whatever it was that they was talking about. Anybody? Yeah, you can't do that with life. We can't talk around life so much that our problems go away. Unfortunately, it's going to take some kind of a fight. It's going to take some kind of a grit for us to have of, I'm not going to back down. But here's the difference. If we try to do this thing on our own, under our own confidence, we're going to get swallowed up. We'll win some. We will. But us winning some makes us actually think that we're the ones that can conquer everything. But when we add God into the mix, it just changes the whole story. It changes the whole dynamic. And that's when we get that Godfidence, where my confidence isn't in my abilities, but it's in His, because His have been proven time and time again to be the winning ones. Everybody stand to your feet. If you and I are going to help Jesus go viral, it's going to take confidence or Godfidence. Now, I know that this message is not the most spiritual one. I know that this is one that, there's not a bunch of tweetable points to kind of just go out there and throw. This is actually one that it's actually some of the hardest, because it's some that it takes an application in order to get it. Like there's no formula for success without using confidence. It takes a confidence in order to go up to someone, talk to them about Jesus, Romeo. It takes a confidence. It takes a confidence in order to say, yeah, I'm a Christian. And if we can't say that around our friends, if we can't say that around the people of influence that we're going to have, then it's going to be even harder to say that when we get onto college, or if you're in middle school, when you go into high school, to that brand new school. It just makes a difference. And so if you and I are going to help Jesus go viral, it's going to take confidence. And again, not confidence in who we are, but in confidence in who God is. Now, I'm going to ask you these 4 questions. Do not need an answer, but answer them in your head. Some of you might say, you know what, I don't need confidence right now because I can have confidence a little bit later on in life. Let me just keep having fun right now. I don't need to tell others about Jesus yet. I have a few more years before I need to help Jesus go viral. I'd have these 4 questions for you. If not me, then who? If not now, then when? If not here, then where? If not this way, then how? So, if it's not going to be you that's going to help Jesus go viral, then who's it going to be? If we can leave that on the screen. If it's not going to be you that helps Jesus go viral, then who's it going to be? Don't point to me. I'm doing my best right now. Don't point to the person next to you, because they could be doing it in a whole nother area. We all have a circle of influence that we can run with. So if it's not going to be you, then who's it going to be? If it's not going to be now, then when are you going to do it? The Bible never guarantees us tomorrow. Tomorrow is the figment of your imagination. I got called out on this past weekend. I was telling somebody, yeah, this is something I'm going to do in the future. And he literally told me, why aren't you going to do it now? Who says that you have the future to do it? If you want to make a move, go make a move now. Stop waiting. And it's so real. So why do I need to wait to make Jesus go viral when if I start now, what can the impact be later on? If not here, then where? You might say, I don't want to do it at this school. Why not? If you won't do it at this school, where else are you going to do it? If you won't do it with your friend group, then where else are you going to do it? And then if not this way, then how? If you're not going to do it with confidence, please tell me how you're going to help Jesus go viral. Because I've never seen someone give their life to Jesus because someone said, hey, I think you should get to know this guy named Jesus. He's kind of cool. And I just think maybe, possibly, it would be a good idea. I ain't buying into that. Bible says walk boldly, walk with confidence into the throne room of heaven. You realize that God made you? You realize that? Like your mommy and daddy has something to do with it, but like God made you? So the least we can do is be confident in the God who created us, that he can do what he said that he was going to do. We are all here for a reason. You're at your school for a reason. What impact can you make at your school with confidence? So we're going to do this real quick. You're going to repeat after me. I'm going to say I. You're going to repeat that. And then you're going to say the name of your school, okay? We're going to all do this at the same time. I. Name of your school. Repeat this. Am at. I messed y'all up. My bad. You're going to say I. You're going to say your name. Am at the name of your school for a reason. Okay? So I would say I, Caleb, am at the blend for a reason. Now you insert the name of your school rather than the blend. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I, your name, am at for a reason. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hey, do you believe it yet? Or are you just saying it? Do you believe it yet? Or is it still by chance? Do you believe it? God doesn't do things by chance. He never have, he never will. You weren't created by chance. The world wasn't created by chance. The universe wasn't created by chance. God doesn't do things by chance. And God won't go viral by chance. It's going to take an effort. It takes action for something to go viral. When something goes viral, it's been seen, it's been heard, and it has been shared. And so what I would say is we need to see God, we need to hear God, and then we need to share God. I can't share something that I don't have. I can't share something that I haven't experienced. I can't give you $1 billion because I ain't never had $1 billion myself. I ain't never had it. But to do that, we have to have confidence in the right place. Not in my own capabilities, but in God. You know, it's funny. How many of you got here tonight by car? Cool. How many of you know the exact person who built the car, or the exact people that built the car? The exact person or people? No? Okay. But yet you trusted it to get you here tonight. So you had confidence in people who you've never met before in your life, who've never done anything for you, to get in a vehicle that goes really fast, that can cause really big problems, to get here tonight. Yet sometimes we have a hard time giving confidence to God with the little things that we go through in life. But I'll trust my life to someone who I've never met that they did my car the exact way possible. We need to have confidence in God. We need to have Godfidence in order to help Jesus go viral. Everybody bow your head and close your eyes. If you're in here tonight and you're saying, yo, I hear everything that you're saying and it sounds good, but this confidence thing, it's actually a really hard thing for me. Whether it's been I've been broken down by other people, or whether it's been I just don't find value in myself, so I have a hard time finding this confidence. Or maybe you're in the boat where, I believe that Jesus needs to go viral. I'm not confident in my ability to help Jesus go viral. If that's you, I want to pray for you in this room. And so if that's you, let me see you raise your hand. If you want prayer to help Jesus go viral, you need that confidence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I love that. If everybody can repeat after me. Jesus, thank you for being in my life. Thank you for walking every day with me. I pray that I have confidence in you. Help me see everything that you've done for me. Help me tell others about you. Not in a weird way, but in a real way. I pray that I help you go viral. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.